Okie Show. Hello and welcome to the podcast that explores the heartlands entertainment industries. I'm Brian.
I'm Kelly.
And this is season 3.
What?
What?
3?
We made it to freaking season 3. Oh my god. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to, actually, and this is a slightly, longer season than we had last season 2.
Correct.
18 episodes. It's going to be crazy.
Dang.
Crazy balls, I tell you.
That's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Yep. So what's been going on with you?
Just growing a baby, third baby. So
You're
3
more than halfway
seasons,
there.
3 babies. I've got to have a baby per season. That's my goal.
That's
however
true.
long you want to see the Okie Show run, keep supporting us. And I'll have a baby every season.
Yeah, we'll make it to season 10, and then there'll be a small army of Lawsons walking around.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything like that. All I have is that I got my bush trimmed.
You got your bush trimmed? That's
Actually, I didn't just get it trimmed. I got that bush straight up removed.
removed. Full on.
Bush is gone.
Clean slated.
Squeaky clean.
Bush free.
No bush.
That thing was ridiculous. Did you talk about the massive one? That you have?
I had a bush.
I'm going to try to be as vague as possible about how I don't want to.
Yeah, you remember the bush? It was just out of control.
Bush was out of
It
control.
would push people out of the way.
People it was blocking the view of everybody.
Yeah, like a dude could hide behind the bush and come out and surprise you.
Yes.
I didn't like it at all. Actually, I believe that's half the reason why Lainey got her car stolen. It was because of that damn bush.
You couldn't even see through the bush.
Yeah, the bush was obscuring everything.
It was getting ready to take over your house.
Yeah, so
well,
bush
good
is
for
gone.
you. That's amazing. Now, that probably took a long time. I'm assuming it took a while.
It took
to remove that bush.
3 hours
That's
to
ridiculous.
remove that bush.
That's actually not that bad. I'm actually
Not
surprised,
bad at all. And now it's I come back home and it's just nothing.
New house.
Yeah, totally new house.
Feels good.
Unrecognizable. There's no burglars hiding behind
Don't
it.
plant anything where that bush was. You keep that spot bare for as long as you can.
I'll just have a picture of the bush.
Planted.
planted.
R.I.P. Bush.
Yeah.
Just right.
Never forget.
Never forget.
The freaking.
We trimmed our hedge. It was getting out of control. We have a hedge.
Yeah.
Which is different than the bush because this was we could go full
shrubbery.
We could go full shrubbery. Full shrubbery if we want to go there. Yeah, so it was
Having an
shrubbery.
unruly bush is really not fun.
It's not fun.
Especially when it's pushed. We have a sidewalk, and what's the point of having the sidewalk? Because you can't even walk on the damn sidewalk.
You have to walk
There's an
around
unruly
the bush.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel it.
Bush is
We
gone.
have a cat. There's a cat in our hedge, and that's why I'm you need to trim that hedge so I can
Is it
get
pushing
that
people
cat
off
out.
the sidewalk?
It jumps out and nips my daughter whenever, it's a vicious little cat by our front door, scaring away visitors. I don't mind that part. I like the cat to scare away people coming up to my door, but not when we're coming out.
It's your guard cat.
If it wouldn't attack us,
It's a
my
guard cat that's
dog
really
is afraid
dedicated.
of this feral cat. I'm
Maybe
not
that's
even
the
kidding.
best guard cat.
Maybe it is. Keeps me in the house.
Yeah, it's
If I ever
guarding
call
so
you, you're like,
hardcore.
hey, I have a podcast. I'm like, sorry, can't leave. Cat won't let me go.
The cat will not. It got into some catnip, and now it's crazy.
It's going raging.
It's-
Full on raging cat mode.
Yeah. So we have a special guest today who has a YouTube series. You have an amazing online presence. So everybody welcome Miss Shuggilippo.
Hello, it's me.
Do you prefer being called Shuggilippo or your actual name?
I mean, you can call me Jess. That works too.
It's not as
Either
fun as
one.
saying
Hey,
Shuggilippo.
you over there
Hey.
with the hair and the no pants. It works. All of
No
them.
pants.
They all work. I'll
For
respond
anyone
to
listening,
anything.
yeah, she's
You did
not
get the
wearing
no
pants.
pants memo to be
did.
on the show.
None of us are
no
wearing
pants.
I did. I texted Brian earlier and I said, do I look like a potato with makeup and are pants, required?
Pants?
Pants
Question mark?
are required to not be
to
present.
not be. It's the requirement that there are no pants.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
We should remind you that you can skip over YouTube and watch us.
You
on
can
screen.
see
You
the
can see
pants
the
free
pants.
me.
You can
Yeah.
see
Right.
whether or not we're lying.
You can also take a glimpse of my my maternity belt underneath my pants.
Maternity
I'm wearing a maternity belt.
Is it about to snap and put an eye out?
It's lifted up, giving me some little bit of
Support.
relief on my back.
Yeah.
So.
You know, the fun part about doing this podcast with you is whenever I see the pregnancy, it doesn't whenever you're sharing space with a pregnant girl all the time, you don't even notice the change.
No.
It's
No,
just
you don't.
1 minute you just wake up and you're like, oh my God, there's the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, we see each other in like sections.
It's just enough to where it's like disturbing amounts of belly.
Of growth.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Right.
I saw you when it was just a clean slate.
Yeah, and I'm
then,
like, oh, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, and then a couple months go by, and I'm like, God,
Yeah.
there's a human person inside that
Yes.
human person.
And then now it's getting to the point where it's like creeping up around like the rest of my body. Like
Right.
the pregnancy is filling in my body.
Right. As it does.
Yeah, as it does.
That's
Yeah.
essentially what pregnancy is. It's just it's like you know the
It just
venom.
takes over your body.
Yeah.
The venom of life. Yeah. Pregnancy is the venom of life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We have the
Yes.
final like post birth picture, and that's the full venom.
Yeah,
Total.
exactly.
Just, bleh, like I had a baby.
Like, yeah, the Tom Hardy movie was inspired by a baby.
Yes,
It was.
Yeah.
Fact, true fact.
So we're going to be talking about, since you're the subject matter of your online presence, and you're on
Presence.
YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on all over the place.
All the Twitters, the everythings.
And basically, like, well, describe your channel.
Yes, please.
So it's a tongue-in-cheek approach. It's like totally comedy for parents. It's like comedic relief for parents.
it's like my favorite thing.
Yes. And it's crazy because classic 2008 over here. I started just with a blog, a mommy blog, right? But that's like everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
So I did it. And it was just like a brag book. It was like, look at my kid. He walked, which is not technically walking. It's just he let go of the coffee
He
table and
stepped
fell on
like
his
a
butt.
dog
And I was
on
like,
Friday.
oh
He
yeah,
didn't tell you.
he ran a marathon this weekend. And so I started as that. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's hilarious to go from, because I used to work in radio. So it's hilarious to go from like the entertainment business to you just hang out with a kid all day.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
makes you a little
different.
It's just
crazy.
me,
Very different.
this boring fellow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's right. I mean, it's so comical that like your life literally switches like that. And so I just started to do like pop culture commentary and comedy. And that's what people come to me for. They're like,
it's
oh,
because
yes.
we desperately need it. But
We need
can't
it.
actually physically leave the house
Right.
to laugh at with anybody.
Right.
So we just need someone to
So you
say
just
the
fire
things
up the
while we're
internet.
home
Yes.
and laugh while our kid is destroying something in the background.
Exactly.
Does
exactly
it ever make
that.
you wonder like what they did before the internet for moms?
I don't know.
Oh no, they took Valium.
Yes.
That's what they did.
They just
And
drank
baked
a lot.
pies
Yeah.
and drank a lot. That's all they did.
My mom used to have like a little tape recorder, and she would record like little audio diaries.
Oh.
Scrapbooking, dude. That's basically.
that's-
Sorry,
yeah.
I throw that in.
Yeah.
Mom scrapbooked. We don't need to do that anymore because we just
No.
get on the internet. and
Yeah.
just-
We have you can print your Instagram account.
Yeah.
So that's
Instead
what we
of
do.
doing it yourself, you get on YouTube and you're like, that looks like it'd be fun to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
That's why like home videos have changed. You know, you
Yeah.
see like these like 30-minute long videos of me just like eating peas and that's the video. But now I've got like Snapchats of my kid, you know, right when I found her in the toilet or something. And it's just 30
Right.
seconds.
And those are
but
the
that's the
memories.
important one. You know, that's the important
Right,
part.
right.
So we just smash those together.
So basically what we're going to be talking about today is creating an online presence. We're going to kind of really focus on YouTube and like creating an online channel and, you know, content and all that
Stuff that the
crap.
Okie Show Could probably
Oh,
really
that's
we're
do.
really bad at.
Yeah.
That's all this is just
This is
a
really
ploy to
just
like,
Is this just a free consultation? Is that what
Yeah.
this is?
Yes, it is.
what are we doing wrong?
Why can't we
like,
get followers?
Can we do like a straight full assessment of our outlet?
Yes. So before we start, here's some trivia.
Ooh.
Yes, some
I love
YouTube
that.
trivia.
YouTube trivia. Okay.
Boom. So I'm going to ask the trivia. We're not going to answer it until the end of the show. But
Oh, so we have to think about it.
Yes.
So you
Okay.
get some time at least to prep.
for the listeners. So trivia question number 1. What was the first viral video?
Ooh. I don't know if I was on the internet when that happened.
Boom. Yeah, think
Okay.
about that. Think
Okay,
about
I will
that.
think about it because I'm sure I've seen it.
Now, and this is trivia question number 2. What viral video from the year 2000 was nominated for an Oscar?
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
There was a YouTube video nominated for
That
an
exists.
Oscar?
Yeah. And then the I don't know why this is a trivia question, but what's your favorite YouTube video from this year? I'll tell you if you're correct or not.
There is only one answer, and we will see which one is right.
I will be the judge of your opinions.
Yeah.
Well, we as the we have to say like literally any of her videos, right? Because that's That's
Yes, yeah, that's in the-
I mean,
proper-
if not, I will storm off.
Exactly.
I will
That's
storm
it.
off.
We
I
gotta
will
have
cause
to
a
sign
scene.
that contract to get
Right,
you on the
it's
show.
true.
And
I
you
have
should go
it. It's
video.
PDF. Yeah.
You have to tell me that you love everything I do.
Absolutely. That was the one like stipulation for me
Right.
coming on, is that you just have to love everything I do. No,
And
absolutely
just
not.
say yes to everything.
No way.
Okay, those
So-
are good questions. I like that.
Those are good.
So thank you. So what is the process of like when we're creating content for an online channel? What is the process there?
Like my process, well, my process is very different than other people's.
Ooh.
Other
Okay.
people like prepare. I do not. So, I mean, I've been super fortunate enough to get to know like a lot of different types of creators on YouTube in the time that, because I've been doing YouTube since 2012. God, that makes
Really?
me feel
Isn't that crazy? That it's been 6
crazy.
years?
Yes, don't
I
say
don't like it.
don't say the number.
Don't say the number.
Don't say the number, Brian.
Can't say the number. We
can't
just
say
have to think about it in our heads, and it feels
Yes.
less bad.
You know what's insane? 1990 is almost 30
Stop.
years
Stop
away.
it.
Gross.
Stop it.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
faint. Gonna faint.
The 90s could have like as many babies as Kelly over here.
Oh my gosh. The
Yeah.
whole decade could just do it.
Just doing it with other
Just
decades.
doing it with other
Just
decades.
crazy.
They're making
Crazy.
60s babies. Who knows what they're doing? They're crazy. No, but my process is very different. So I, similarly to the two of you, I'm like all about improv.
Nice.
I have like a very loose like idea of what I want to do. And maybe like 3 buttons I definitely want to hit. And then the rest of it is just like totally fly by the seat of my pants. And I think the most like structured process for me is like a day of the week. I'm like, oh, just habituating the audience and like training them to expect something from me on this day or this day or this day. So
So regularities are really, really
regular, yes, consistency and regularity is like huge, because that's really how all of like the power players, like the YouTube millionaires, that's what they call
Yeah.
them, air quotes that you can't see because it's a podcast.
tune into YouTube. And
Tune
you can
into
see her
YouTube
Niv
though,
quotes.
and you can see my air quotes.
That's so good.
You know, they got to where they are because of that consistency. They're like either daily vloggers, which, oh my gosh.
That's got to be
Yep.
so much
I
work.
Yeah, screw
cannot.
that.
I have tried it so many times, and I'm like, I am just not fascinating enough for anyone to give
no.
a shit about this.
Dude, just
Why
doing
would,
the,
who
like, we have-
cares? I don't even care. It's my life.
I can't even shower every single day.
I know.
So how am I supposed to put
How am I
up a
supposed to
YouTube?
I try to
record
journal
myself.
every day, and it's the like even journaling just to kind of get the writing creative
Yeah.
process like
Yeah.
sparks a flowing. Like no.
Oof, I know. And
Whose
then
life is that interesting?
I know, but the funny thing,
narcissists.
yeah, the funny thing about that though is that like I will sit and watch like an hour long like
yeah.
a friend of mine's day. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what am I doing with my life?
No, it's kind of
crazy.
amazing, and I think it's
Yeah.
true. Like when you come to expect like they're gonna have a new video, and I have seen the last 37, so I'm probably gonna watch this one. So I need
Yeah.
to know on Wednesday. That's what I'm gonna do on
Right,
Wednesday,
exactly.
and Thursday when they put them out.
It's like that Jim Carrey movie. What was it called?
Which one?
The Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Truman Show. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
every
like-
day wake up.
I have watched that so many times, by the way, side note because it's on Netflix right now.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix right now. I've watched it like 4 times. I'm like, this
Such a
is too
beautiful
much.
movie. Oh,
I need
It
to
is
go
a great
back to
movie,
a
though.
world when I liked Jim Carrey because I watched the little documentary
Did you
that
watch
he
his
did.
Oh, the Andy
Kaufman one?
Kaufman
I
one.
won't
Just
watch it.
I hate that guy.
I didn't watch it. I won't either.
Yeah, because I want
want
to like
to.
him, and I'm gonna keep the Jim Carrey that I like.
Right.
I watched him commenting on other like comedians and complimenting other comedians on YouTube because I went down a
Yeah.
weird road there. You know, like
always.
you do.
As you do. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, I just want to. I'm gonna hold you here, and I don't
Yeah.
want to know
Right.
anything personal or bad about you ever. Just right there, stay
right.
where you are.
I have a theory,
Ooh.
like about all these method actors that like, they stay
Get
in
a little weird
character
and
and they get
crazy.
in their character and they're like, and they make everyone call them by their character's name or else you're fired.
Right.
And don't look at me or else you're distracting me from being in my character. If you have to go to all of these lengths, maybe you're not that great of an actor.
What we need to
That
do is
is
get
some shade.
a theater professor who's super into method, or like, you know, like you just can have a debate.
I don't know. I get it. But still,
Yeah,
if you
I
have
can
to be
get
a
it.
to everybody to be able to accomplish your goal.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I can't treat you like a human being. I'm acting.
Yeah, right. And you're like, but you're playing the Queen of England. She's nice.
But
you
I'm
know what I mean?
acting.
But exactly.
The Queen of England would want to treat everyone like they're Siri.
Yeah, and it's like, no, they wouldn't.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
anyways.
But yeah, so all that to say, my
Honestly-
process is weird and different from
But
everyone else's.
consistency is still
but
there, yeah.
consistency is like literally the key to, you know, building an audience and like just getting yourself into a routine to get in that zone when you have to get in that zone because you have to deliver.
Well, especially if you're trying to reach that level of like bringing on sponsors and that kind of thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, if you have a wavering in the schedule and you have sponsors on that episode, or what? Or do you have sponsors?
Right.
on the
Yeah.
show?
So I partner with brands a lot. And it's interesting because I've been super fortunate and misfortuned to kind of see the evolution of like how brands like work with influencers and like YouTubers and stuff. Influencers, I'm all generic term, with like YouTubers or like bloggers or whatever. And at first it was like this spray and pray. They were like, just here's money and just like do whatever. And
You
then
should have gotten on that train.
Oh, right. That would have been the perfect
I know,
time.
would have been
Just
perfect.
showering
money.
people with money. Yeah.
Just showering money.
No
They're like,
stipulations.
yes, the suit said give you money and here it is. And you're like, oh my gosh, yes, $50, right? So it was like piddly money, but
Right.
it was being sprayed. So you grabbed it.
yeah.
And then to kind of see them shift into, they were only going for like the upper echelon and like paying like so much money to them, so much money for like one thing.
Yeah.
To really kind of how it is now and how I like attract sponsors is it's funny. I was on a trip last week with Kia, the car company, and they flew me out to San Diego to like experience their new line of vehicles. And I was looking just to like prepare. I was like, okay, like when was the last time I posted? And I've kind of been out of the game for a year, which is like,
What?
I know, it's crazy. I've kind of been out of it for a little bit of a year just because
You've been out of the game for a year and you just
life.
like come back with Kia.
And
Yeah,
just
they're like,
I know.
flying you out. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, NBD. No big deal, guys. No, but it was crazy because I was like, oh, okay. So now sort of the landscape when in terms of brands and stuff is that they are interested in somebody who's just a good storyteller. It doesn't matter that you're necessarily telling a story every day or once a week or what have you. It's that your footprint has power.
It's more of
to
a quality.
it. A quality
Okay.
over
that
quantity
reminds me
type
of
of
an
deal.
adventure that I went on once.
Oh, bum, 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 bum. Oh, I was going to do like
It's like, that's some
epic
good background.
music.
Yeah,
I
background
was
sound is just.
going down a trail,
Bum, 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 bum,
and then I thought to myself, you know
bum,
what's better
bum,
than
bum,
walking?
bum, bum, bum.
Driving in a Kia.
Yes.
Sponsor us, Kia.
Sponsors. Yes, sponsored by Kia.
Sponsored by.
Hashtag
Wow.
non-spawn.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to
say that though.
we have to opposite
Boom.
disclose. Yeah.
Right.
We don't want to get in trouble. They have a big legal team.
So I'm like, my next question for
Yes.
somebody, I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody that's like just getting started.
Make sure they're the right size.
They, you know,
It could get uncomfortable either.
but what if
in
I
either
want
way.
to wear really big shoes so that I'm overcompensating?
You just don't fit, Brian. You just aren't fitting the shoes yet.
Not
The
gonna fit.
shoes don't fit.
Eventually they'll fall off and everyone will know.
And then my world will come crumbling
Yes.
down around me.
Exactly. All over footwear. God damn it. Yeah.
So whenever you're first starting out, like what did you do to go about gaining a following?
Oh, I consume way more than I produce. Hugely. Especially because so much of it, I mean, everyone is like retreating. They're retreating into their bubble of like, I live behind my computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like very few people are interacting in person, which is terrible. I
Right.
hate that so much. But we're all kind of like isolating ourselves. And this is like way deeper for like, hi,
just
I'm a
got
comedic
really
YouTuber
serious.
and like, let's get real
Guys,
serious.
there's some psychological issues
Yeah,
happening in
I'm
our
like
country.
everyone is in a padded room. No, but it's interesting because the way that we connect with each other is to like communicate with each other online. So I have to know what you're doing to like connect with you and to like network with you and find those relatability points and things like that. So like I was saying, like I'll watch a friend's like hour-long like adventure of their day, you know, going to the park and the trampoline park and the whatever with their kids and getting ice cream. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I was a part of that. And I can speak to, you know, like talk to them about it. But then the other thing is just really finding those circles of people that you know, have things in common with and getting to know them. So that was really me. Like it was kind of like my village, you know, was moms online that were also bragging about their babies, like running a marathon / falling off the coffee table. So that's really how I started. And I think that's still very much like the way you do it. You just, you know, you appreciate and you interact. And I can't tell you how many people I've like gotten to know on like Twitter and stuff, just because I'm like, just commenting or quoting their tweet. And
that was so relatable and funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Or just like naturally bantering. I think that one of the positives of social media is that it's sort of like empowered a lot of like introverted people who like usually would be like in a physical social those, you guys know those, right? Every day of the week. No, a physical social situation, they would like not say anything. They would not chime in. They would they wouldn't say anything because like all of that, like embarrassment and all that kind of thing. But online, it's like people are emboldened. They're just like, I mean, some of that.
You can go that. But to look at the positive, positively, I mean, I definitely have felt like, oh, so much relatability to some random person's video that I don't know, but I like care about the stages of their kids, like that they show. I'm like, I want to see more. Yeah,
I know. So it's totally crazy, and
I need to get better about like actually talking to people on Twitter, because I don't have a personal Twitter. I only have JoJo's Twitter, and my problem, like, I need to like communicate with other people when I'm not. When they don't make a political argument.
You gotta have the business side and the personal side, the party side. Yeah, exactly.
Because like me and Spencer from Harmontown, we've talked. It wasn't good though. It didn't end well.
Okie Shosho will never be liked by Harmontown.
We'll never be on Harmontown,
even though that's what we love and that's what made this happen.
I was like, I love you, Spencer. Oh, but you're so dumb. And here's the articles to prove it.
Now, what I have a question, kind of jumping just slightly off of that, like when you're doing YouTube, how do you follow along with Twitter and Instagram? Do you kind of just copy and paste, or do you continue the story? I don't know, like how to question it. But
I
you
totally
have
know
your
what you're
video
saying,
that's the main content, right? So then using Instagram, you might give a blip, but it might not be. I don't know if it's like
right. So like there are a few ways I use like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter much less as like promotional outlets.
Okay.
Which is interesting. Like my ratio of like promotion to just like having a specific presence, which is crazy because it's just me. I'm the same person on all of them, but they're all different experiences.
That's what that's
so
what, thank you for finishing how I couldn't ask the question, but that's what I was going for, because that's what it seems to be like really helpful to use new people. Like I see like some people just repeating the same thing on all 3 platforms, or all 4 platforms, and that doesn't go over as well. Like they might not get as many likes on one because they already saw it on Facebook, so they don't need
exactly. So they're not like interacting with it on different things, and it's crazy because like my ratio is probably, I would say like 1 to 5, like promotion to just like personality. That's the easiest way we can put it. And so what's interesting is like having so much more weighted on the promotion or the promotion side. I don't even know my own ratio. You guys, no. On the personality side, on the personality side is that when I do promote something, it's not intrusive and it's not like jarring, and people aren't like, son of you know what I mean? Again, not again. Here she is shilling her whatever, or you know, and that's especially the case too for like when I have like a sponsored tweet, you know, when like ABC pays me to like promote a show that's playing next week. If I'm naturally incorporating it and I'm putting more of my personality into the promotion than just like, here I am as a promotion robot.
It doesn't feel so jarring.
Feel so jarring. And people are like, okay, like that's chill. Like I might watch that show then, you know?
It's almost like building trust within.
Right. It's
like
trust building. It absolutely is. And I mean, I don't have 100% crossover from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like they're all, I would probably say like I have a 60% crossover from one platform to the other, but I mean, the other 40% is native only. Like they're not following me anywhere else.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that
cool.
you can do that.
Yeah. That's a really good. I think that's a really handy tip for people starting out because that was something that I had my mom friend who recently started. She was like doing photography, but you know you can see it growing with followers, and she's working really hard. But she also keeps a lot of the personal comments still there. Like it's her personality still there. So it's not like I can tell you're promoting that product.
Yes.
I know you. Like and it's just but that seemed to grow so organically for her. That's what I wondered. That was a good thing to do.
A lot of people that are starting out that have like asked me like, what's your biggest advice? Like how should I start or whatever?
Yeah.
It's don't talk about yourself, be yourself.
Yeah.
And that's like, and most people are like, oh, like it's one of those like light bulb moments where you're like, well, if I'm just like promoting something that I'm doing where they can see my personality, then I am being myself. And I'm like, no, you're not. You have to like be yourself. And then also be like, by the way, here's me being more of myself, you know? So
I like that.
I think it's interesting how it's almost like changed the way that advertising has like,
oh yes,
how it works. Now it's incognito.
Yes.
Oh yes. It's like, it's sort of like the throwback to the 50s, like the product placement.
Yes.
Where it's, I mean, it's not as cheesy. Some people, that's exactly how they do it. It's like super cheesy, but they're like, oh yeah, it's Tower Theater.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by Tower Theater Water.
Yes, exactly. Water from a theater that's named after a tower.
Yeah, established 1937. That's how old our water is. It's pure. I tell you,
It's
pure.
pure. Oh. Never touch my man's hands.
Taste the depression.
Exactly that. That's exactly how everyone does it.
Yeah.
But I think it is because a lot of the brands who are partnering with like YouTubers and stuff, they're like, we want you to incorporate, especially for consumer products, they want you to incorporate it in your lifestyle. They want you to show like the realistic application of the product as opposed to a commercial that's like Clorox, you know, like the
which is why it doesn't annoy me. This is such a key thing. Like we haven't had like TV in a long, like cable TV in a long time. We've only had Netflix because we're just that family. Plus, my husband thinks that he's being marketed to, and he doesn't like that it's getting to his brain.
Oh, you married Ron Swanson.
I did. I married Ron Swanson. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's happening. It's my life.
Yeah, he does not like commercials. So we got.
You guys are one kid away from moving into a cabin in the woods.
I'm so ready.
I'll have to like hunt you. I can't call you anymore. I just send a raven to go find Kelly.
Send me mail.
My carrier pigeon is arriving shortly.
I'll have my own falcon.
Show Falcor. We have an episode to record.
So, but he just doesn't like commercials, and they annoy him so much. So, but we got YouTube TV, and they have like live TV commercials, and every time it started annoying me because I realized that I was like, that's a dumb commercial. I would never buy that product because it doesn't feel natural. Whereas I get on Instagram and I see people, I'm like, that swimsuit looks really good on her. What kind of brand of swimsuit is that?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And it totally doesn't bother me at all.
Well,
right.
Not at all. And everything on Instagram, it's like everything's custom to you.
Yes.
So like it was funny because like I remember whenever Christmas time rolled around, I was like, I need to get some Christmas things for people. And I'm going through Instagram.
Gifts,
I'm like,
one might say.
that looks like something I would love.
Yes, I was
that
saying.
also looks like something I would love. So it's great. And like there's all these deals for Christmas, and it's like it's for you.
Yeah,
yes, and
exactly.
there are people who we trust using them and saying I like this, and I'm like I believe you, and so I'll buy it. There you go.
So like everybody has gifts like for somebody else that is custom tailored to the person that gave it to you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it seems like you would like this much more than I.
Yes, we're now
Correct,
a re-gifting society because everyone buys gifts that were curated for them to buy for
Yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
White Elephant is a great game though because you just take your own gift back. You're
Exactly.
like, I know which one I want. Mine.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that. Just like a quick little tangent. The thing about like trusting, like seeing somebody wearing like a super cute suit on Instagram, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna. Where is that from?
Yes.
Lansing? Cool. I'm buying it.
I like it. Yeah.
So I do a series on my YouTube channel called Crap You Don't Need. And it's like a tongue-in-cheek product review thing. And brands have partnered with me so much because they love it. Because I'm like, this is crap you don't need, but you might want it. So let's talk about it. And I just give like a really honest, like, this was delicious, but kind of had a weird aftertaste. And then people are like buying it. You know what I mean?
I like that.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's like they know what to expect.
Yeah. These chocolates are delicious.
And, you know,
Said they wouldn't be any good, but I'm
Yeah,
proving her
it's so
wrong.
good.
Kids played with it for 4 hours.
So people are either like spite purchasing because they're like, I don't believe that was really that bad. Or they're like, it was kind of bad, but I want to know how bad it was for myself, you know?
Hang on, I gotta prove this shit I don't know wrong.
Double win. I like that.
So
that's glorious.
So you've had a couple videos that have gone a tad viral.
Yeah, they've gotten diseases. Mm-hmm.
So I think everyone here wants to know, what is the secret sauce to making a viral video?
Don't expect it. That's the secret sauce. What?
You mean you can't manufacture a viral video?
You can't manufacture virality. As much as some people might sell you on it, they might buy that Google ad that guarantees virality. You can't. You can't. The first video of mine that went viral was a song parody. It was The Weeknd's Can't Feel My Face.
Oh, yeah.
But it was, I thought of the idea in the summer, right before summer break was over. My kid was going back to school. And I was like, can't get some peace. Like, I can't get some peace when you're at home all summer. So I did this parody.
So good.
And I thought of the idea on Thursday. I can't sing. I sound like a dying cat. So I commissioned my friend who can sing. And so thought of the idea, wrote the lyrics on Friday. She recorded it on Saturday. I taped it. This is 1932. I taped it. Yeah, I put it on the Nickelodeon. And no, but I recorded it, like the video on Sunday, and then published it on Monday. So like it was like and I have friends who are like viral video machines because they've sort of gotten it. They had the one pick up, and then they sort of like just do their best to manufacture that effect every time, and it doesn't always work. But they will spend like months on a concept, like scripting it and really fine tuning it. And this is really good, and
it could be really,
and it could be, and sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. But I was just like, I'm just going to have an idea and have fun with it, and just hopefully one person thinks it's funny, and then like MTV picked it up, and the Today Show and Good Morning America, like it was everywhere. And I was like, oh, and I was like, being interviewed on like local news channels in cities I don't live in. I was like, what
was the inspiration behind your song?
I was like, I was annoyed by my kid on summer break. And I just wanted to Swiffer, and it was really hard because there's Legos everywhere.
So did you share, like, because one thing I've noticed with people that do a lot of viral stuff is they share it with certain blogs that then share it to other things.
Right.
Like, is there a little bit of targeting that you can do with the way that you share something?
There is. I mean, it's gotten to be a little bit more like that lately. But I know for me, it was just a matter of like networking with people who were like a degree or two separated from somebody at a bigger outlet, type of thing.
The good old talk to people.
The good old talk to
business.
people. Get to know them. Right.
That's where business is.
Yeah. Business 101, classic networking.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Except don't be obvious. I love it whenever people are like obviously networking.
Oh my gosh,
you know what I mean?
Worst. Isn't it the worst?
When somebody,
that's
because I'll go to networking events, and that's my favorite.
Yeah,
because like some guy, like I was at this film mixer, and this guy sat down. He was like, "So, you're with whatever, blah blah blah." And he was like, let me tell you about what we do and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Oh no.
do you want to just get a drink and just hang?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we could just chill
Yeah.
and get to know each other. And that is in fact
That
networking.
is networking, and
Yeah.
that's how you're going to remember me.
I know, it's so
much more if
weird.
you're
It's
just
so
chatting with
weird.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I've never understood like the, hello, my name is this, and this is what I can offer you, and what can you offer me? Nothing. Okay, great, goodbye. Like it's like, whoa,
Here's my card if you ever want to call me.
Yeah, right. If you want to call me, I know that is the one thing that's like so hilarious is that there are still people who like I go to like blogging conferences and industry conferences for influencers, and there are some people who just like. Somewhere in the history of their research, if they're doing any, or they just watch too many movies where it's like, oh, you just flip your card out and then walk away. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not, there's no,
Yeah,
that's
like
not
they
a
saw
touch
one
point.
Wall Street movie and they
Right.
were like, oh yeah, say we're gonna make the deal.
Yeah. Making deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Can
It's
I
like,
do it? This would be my dream, Brian. I want to do a real life sketch where I go to one of Aaron's business meetings and I just, as sneakily as I can, slide cards into people's pockets
yes.
for my business. Just like
Yeah.
Perfect.
how many I can get, just like on camera, slide without them noticing me. Like slide into the pants, slide into the shirt, slide behind the ear.
Behind the
How many
ear.
I can get?
Just very sneaky.
Card,
Yeah,
card,
card.
in the boob,
I
card in the
wanna-
pants, anywhere. I just want to slide as many
What's
cards in
that?
someone.
I had this image in my head of like a mom that is she's at a networking event, and instead of a business card, she just hands them a baby.
A baby. Yeah. It's actually, here's a
Here's a
baby.
baby.
I made this.
And it's like, oh,
This
no,
is my
thank you.
product.
But, but
This is
okay.
my product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Just
is what I'm
look at the
selling.
quality of this
My
product,
children,
this baby.
yeah. I mean that could be a funny sketch. Is just like people at a networking event that are actually shilling what they shill.
Yes, yes.
Like
here.
I raise babies.
Yeah.
You work with me. You work with babies.
Yeah.
And it's
Now
like,
tell
whoa.
Here's I
On a
brought
scale of
5
1
on
to
the leash.
Yes, on a
Give us a
leash.
full
They have a
review of this
wagon of
baby.
babies, but it's a utility wagon because I'm super hip and I saw it on Pinterest. It was Halloween time and I was like, what could I use?
I need this.
We need to,
Red
we
flyer?
need to
No
have
way.
you come out and like join us for a sketch writing.
Oh,
night.
100%.
golly,
I will
that's great.
anytime.
Have you seen our Sean Connery sketch?
Gold.
I have not.
I need to
I
show
have
you
to
our
see
Sean
it.
Connery
Yeah, I'll have to
sketch.
see
I'm
that.
pretty happy with it. It was pretty funny.
I like it.
So, what are some ways, like, because you actually make money
I do make money doing
presence.
what I
like,
do.
how does one make money from like a blog or a YouTube channel and that kind of thing?
Well, there's lots of ways now. There's lots of ways now. It's like, I feel like, what a broken record. Anyway, well, it's like so interesting. Like, it's so funny you asked that question that I knew you would ask me. No, but there are a lot of like influencer networks is what they call them. So they're sort of like marketplaces that brands will work with an influencer agency, which is like an ad agency or a marketing agency. And you like sign up as a YouTuber or a blogger or whatever. And you're like, this is who I reach. This is what I write about or make videos, kind of topically. And this is what my rates are. And then like say somebody will say like Kraft cheese or something. I don't know. They'll be like, oh, hey, agency X, we have this amount of money, build like a tiered influencer campaign and then like activate the influencers in your network. So it's like, it's kind of like being a part of a database essentially. And there are tons of different ones that are like niched, to certain verticals, like parenting specific or, like millennial lifestyle, or I love that I like make fun of myself. I'm like millennial lifestyle. That is 100% what I like label myself as. But I'm like millennial. I'm like mocking myself.
Right.
Story of my life. My life is a mockery of my own existence. But there's those ways. And then I was fortunate enough to this relationship with Kia, like I was talking about, they happened to be a sponsor at a conference I went to. And I got FaceTime with the social media, like director of social media and influencer activations for the brand directly. And so you can network with brands like the people at the brand. So you're not going through a third party and, just building those relationships. And we actually going back to not just like, flinging cards like Chinese fighting stars, like we talked about music.
Yeah.
We talked about, he's a huge like music person, and he found out I was in radio and that I programmed stations that was like totally his genre that he loved.
Nice.
And so we talked about music, and then it was like, oh, that's right, we can work together too. Like that was like the side effect, like working together and being paid and having this relationship that's gone on for a few years came as a result of like a byproduct of just getting to know the person.
I think it's so crazy, like with every, it seems like every facet of like the entertainment industry or like, you know, just doing anything of being, have personality and that kind of stuff. There's so much to be said for just being chill.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to hang.
Yes.
Just stop selling yourself to people around you all the time. Because I see that with a lot of actors around here. Like they'll start selling themselves.
Right.
Just like,
you want my reel? You want my
just
headshot?
hang,
You want my,
man. I mean, like
just
if you
chill.
can't hang with me, like how do you expect me to believe that you can hang on a movie set with some person that is like a star or something like that?
Yeah.
Right. How will you maintain your chill?
Yeah.
If you can't even maintain it like at this bar right now, you know?
Like just take a breath.
Yeah.
Relax and just be a human person.
Yeah. Just be a good person and good things will happen.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's easy, guys.
It's real easy.
Really easy.
Just be a normal human person.
Stop being a dick.
Yes. Don't be a dick. Not worth it.
You get anything away from this episode, just learn to don't be a dick.
Yeah, we're like, be a good person. Don't be a dick.
I'm going to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. I'll have those. That'll be like the backs of the Okie shirts. Yeah.
Hey, man, we're starting
Don't
to
be
do
a
like
dick.
more shirt designs. It'll be, it'll totally just be, don't be a dick on the back.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah. Just hang,
Yeah.
man.
I know. I would take a mug. Speaking of mugs, I just want to,
plug.
We have
mug.
freaking mugs, man.
I just want to thank my mother-in-law because she bought a mug, and this is
she
just
did?
yes,
Oh my
she bought a
gosh.
mug.
That's awesome.
Okay, and I didn't even know she bought a mug. I went to the house with the kids and over there, and I just like go to get a cup of coffee, and I saw an Okie Shoujo mug in her cabinet, and it made me so
That is
happy.
so cool.
I was like, that is
That's
so sweet.
awesome.
And then of course I ordered a mug because I was like, well, she has a mug. I mean, I'm gonna order a mug for myself because I
That's
like her
smart.
mug.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's a good mug, but I would love
Especially
a don't
if
be
you're
a
a
dick
host
mug
on the show,
too.
like you have to have
I have
the
to
don't
have
be
a
a dick
mug.
mug.
Oh, yeah, I ordered a
well, I
mug.
mean, here's a funny thing. Let me tell you how we can hilariously design these don't be a dick mugs.
Don't be a dick mug.
Oh, this
So
is happening.
I bought, there was like those flash sale sites, the bane of my existence, always
Yes.
get me every single
Flash
freaking
sale.
time.
Flash sales.
I'm in there. I'm on it.
Those damn flash sales. So it was like this obscure like housewares flash sale site. Ugh. The worst of worst. I have so much garbage homewares I don't need. But I was like, oh, they're quirky and I'm quirky. Cool. So if I ever entertain people, they'll see them. But really, it's just me seeing them.
Right.
So I found these mugs and they were at symbols. Like the handle was an at symbol.
Yeah.
Well, if you hold them in a certain way, it just looks like a flaccid penis. So if you got those mugs with "Don't be a dick" and you just
I
have
like
people,
this.
and it just they look like I'll show you
just-
pictures
yeah.
after.
Why
I'll
does
show
it
you
look like a
pictures.
dong on your mug? Don't
Yeah.
be a dick. It's an at
So
symbol.
don't be a
It's an
dick.
at symbol,
It's an
but
at symbol.
It's also a dong.
I mean, but that could be fun. You could be like, "Don't be a dick," and it's an at symbol,
Just
but then you do Okie Show.
Yeah.
Like your handle. You
I
know,
kind of feel like this needs to
handle.
happen.
This is we're creating amazing things.
You're welcome,
right
guys.
now.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to write this one down. Okay, so we've talked about like kind of building an audience and about like how to like treat it like a business model and all that kind of stuff. And now my iPad is doing weird things.
Oh yeah.
What's
Lock
happening?
Screen.
Rotating on you. It's like
All right, so these are the fun questions. What are some of the great
Yay.
zinger comments that you've gotten?
Ooh, great zinger comments. Oh, there was one lady on my, was it, I think it was my, yes, it was my, The Weekend parody that I did. She commented and her name was Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Great.
Classic Rhonda.
Classic Rhonda. And she goes, she's a Pinterest queen. I don't know why that was
She's
her
a
comment.
Pinterest queen.
But you know what I did do with that comment is I had it cross-stitched. I commissioned someone to cross-stitch that comment.
That's amazing.
And it's like the greatest. And I had it framed. It was really
She's
great.
a Pinterest
But she's a Pinterest queen. I was like, I never will be one, but I'm definitely like
But I
saving
will
this for,
take it.
for the sake of posterity. This will hang in my home, you know, just so anyone could be like, oh, I'm so curious because I don't see it.
Yeah.
let's see.
Have you gotten any good trolls?
I have been very lucky to not get trolls.
Oh, yay.
I'm super lucky. I do not know how. I'm probably jinxing myself right now, but I have not gotten any like trolls.
Yeah.
I've gotten some stalkers, but I have no trolls.
We may have gotten one. We had gotten.
We had one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We had one, but
You remember that when we were
it
doing
came around.
We were doing a
Oh yeah, so
screen-
you converted him.
Yeah,
I
we
like it.
converted him.
Actually, I don't know if I should tell that.
Yeah, you
story.
probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Don't tell. This point being after the
tell
show.
them
Point
the
being-
vagaries about it.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
were doing a table read, and so we were promoting this table read for Scrubs, and this guy started this big stink on Facebook. He's like, "Why don't you write your own material? Why do you have to
come
steal
on.
from Scrubs?"
Because
Like,
we're dicks. No.
yeah. And we have learned,
Don't be
a dick.
And that's how he came around. No.
And that's where the mugs came from. Yes.
And, so it's just like this weird back and forth of like, dude, I mean, like, we're not stealing material.
No.
We're clearly saying it's Scrubs.
Yeah.
It's online.
You're like,
You
we're
can-
just like
you
we're
can
just
print it
enjoying-
off. It's free
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
It's not.
You're like, we're not reproducing it and
We're
then
not
running it
performing
on
a play that we didn't ask
competing,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sam
competing
Shepard for
network.
like rights to the
Yeah.
production.
Bill Lawrence doesn't even know we exist. Like,
Well, he'll know now.
yeah, now we're in trouble.
As soon as this goes viral.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but we around. I mean, I think for the most part,
I think that's the only thing we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
unless you keep getting political, Brian, under the Okie
I
Show
know.
Show Twitter.
Brian.
Spencer's our one troll.
Brian's his own troll. Like,
I know.
he's trolling.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I have this really annoying philosophy of being trying to be objective because I hate both
Golly,
sides.
Yeah.
Brian.
I hate
Yeah.
the extreme left. I hate
Trying
the
to
extreme
look at
right.
things
It's so,
rationally.
I've even taken that little political test. I'm like literally smack in the middle.
You're like, damn me and my mediocrity.
Yeah.
I'm politically perfect. Everyone around me is inferior. Spencer. The sad thing is the whole time I'm like, I love this guy.
I know. I was
love
saying, like,
this guy so much.
I have a separate life. Like my Twitter, so my Facebook is purely promotional. Like I'm doing an improv show, or like
Yeah.
Okie Show
Yeah.
show stuff.
Yeah.
And then I have my Instagram, which is private. You can follow me, and I'll probably add you, but it's private because I just figure I don't need to blast my kids like
Yeah.
all the time,
Right.
like because it's only my kids. It's
Right.
literally just my children. But then I have my Twitter where I follow my pro wrestling and my my NCAA wrestling. So all my Twitter, my
Of course
tweets,
you follow wrestling.
Tweets are just like talking mad, game on like
Yeah.
John Cena or something, or like, or like following OSU wrestling, where I'm like talking some big game to Minnesota or whatever. It's no big deal. I have 3 different lives. 3 different lives.
You really do. I love the fact that you're into wrestling.
I am
of all
super
would
deep,
be
really
super
great.
deep and hard. I know
There's so much pent-up aggression.
it is.
It's just
great.
all about. Are you Irish?
yeah, some.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it must
say,
be. You must be
it's
Irish.
something, yeah, Scottish,
Back
Irish.
when I
Like, yeah, it's all
here's what
part
you need
of
to do,
the-
Brian. Back when once I'm drinking again,
Yeah.
okay, you just need to sit down and watch a wrestling match with me.
Oh
You will
gosh.
see a totally new
I
Kelly.
want to see that. I want to see. We'll start drinking again together because,
Yeah.
like, I've been taking a break.
Yeah, you're taking a break.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll just we'll sit back and
I
have a
was
couple
taking a break
beers.
for the same reason. I was like, this
But then
isn't a
it's like,
baby at all.
Yeah.
I need
not
to
a
go to
baby.
gym. So here's a fun question for you.
Yes.
In a perfect world, I think these are actually listener questions. So in a perfect
nice.
world, what would you say to an online troll?
Ooh, in a perfect world, what would I say to an online troll? I would say, oh, I don't know.
It would probably be a pretty specific clap back to whatever.
Right. It
I
would be
feel
like,
it would be
super specific.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
probably I don't know. I would probably be really what? I would probably be very like instinctive, like instinctual. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, let me think of something really good.
sit there typing out
No.
5
Yeah,
times.
you're
till
like
you
George Costanza.
Yeah, like exactly. George Costanza. I would
It would
not
just be like an
Costanza
instant,
it.
like whatever.
I should have said it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world, my clapback would be like, something that ends up in every Tumblr roundup, like meme roundup. There's
Yeah.
like the best clapbacks on Twitter
Yes.
or whatever.
I don't know if I've ever gotten. I've gotten every argument that I've ever gotten in has either been a philosophical argument or a political argument.
Yeah.
But I've never had like a you're your
like a
face
petty,
is
like
dumb.
you're ugly.
Yeah.
Right.
Never.
And
I
it's
would
like,
say mine would
okay.
probably be something I would say to like my kids when they're being sassy. I'd just be like, why don't you
Right.
shut your mouth? Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
be just like with a little like I snapped
Right.
at you, like typing that
Yeah.
out. Like I just
would
snapping
use,
at
I
you.
would use an animated GIF. Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, that's the best.
Animated
You know
GIF.
what?
That's the best.
Here's the thing, because it's just like really like making its rounds right now. I would probably, no matter what they said, I would clap back with something like contextual to what they said.
Yeah.
And then I would use the "Can you believe" Queer Eye, Jonathan Van Ness, and GIF. Can you believe?
That's
like,
awesome.
oh my God, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
It's
My go-to
perfect.
is Dr. Evil.
Say mine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mine
Like
is
whenever-
anything from The Office. Like it's just one of those where
Yeah.
I just like, and it's Michael Scott just being like,
Right.
I am
Yeah.
Beyonce. All right, so more fun questions.
Right.
More fun question.
So what are you working on right now?
What am I working on right now? I am reintroducing a few of my series onto my channel, which I'm super excited about. Answering Stuff, which was like my weekly one where I would ask a question. I would say like, hey, ask me questions about baloney. And people are like, what are you talking about? And then, but also here's my question. And then I improv. I have somebody pool the questions and then I improv them. I just turn the camera on and I improv the responses.
that's awesome.
So it's strictly entertainment, not informational at all.
Yeah.
No one will learn a single thing.
You have a flashing that
Well,
not
yeah.
true fact. None
'cause
of this is fact. Yeah.
My tagline is not qualified, but I'm doing it anyway.
Right.
Like I'm going to answer it
She
anyway.
plays her own game of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Or no, what is it? Three-headed professor.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's the,
Yeah.
her own
Three-headed
version of
genius.
it. Three-headed genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, this is terrible advice, but I'm going to give it
but I'm going
anyway.
to give it anyway. Here
That's
we
what
go.
I've always wanted to do. Like, there's so many freaking movie review channels on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. Everybody, and it's always just some schmuck that's just like, he's just got all of his Marvel posters and all this kind of stuff. Like,
right.
why do I care about what you have to say about
Exactly.
Black Panther? Why do I care?
Why do I care? But
don't
I'm watching
care.
all of it, and I'm inclined to leave a comment now. I don't know what
I
has
don't know why,
happened.
but I must.
How did you suck me in?
Exactly.
I don't know.
So I have a plan that I'm going to do like a parody of that where it's like, you know, a graduate from Harvard in film critique and like every shitty movie is brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Oh,
guy.
yes.
Like-
That'd be perfect.
Daddy
Fast
is-
and the Furious movies have so many metaphorical imageries within them. Like,
It's a franchise that really moved
Yes.
us forward as a
The Last
society.
Jedi was a masterpiece. Okay, so you guys ready to hear the trivia
Let's do the trivia,
answers?
yes.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Trivia answers.
All right, so the first question was, what was the first viral video?
the first viral video.
Viral video.
And I can't remember what I haven't seen the answers to these either, so. The first viral video.
I'm going through the oldest ones that I know of. Like I was thinking about like Charlie Bit My Finger, but it's not like the first viral video. But like,
Yeah.
but like that one was huge.
That one was huge.
There was
like-
probably something with a cat. I'm sure.
Was it the
Was it Ninja Cat? The one where
Was
like the
it-
camera like goes behind and then
I
cat's
don't know.
closer,
Yeah,
and then closer.
I don't know.
was it Annoying Orange? What was it?
Oh,
was
my
it the
God.
Annoying Orange?
No.
orange.
Okay, all right.
Or was
so,
it's either that or like the peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time was a big one.
don't
Oh my
remember-
goodness.
I don't
Or, like,
know.
I remember seeing that on Family Guy.
Banana, the 8-bit banana doing
Oh,
the dance.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So the answer
Okay,
is.
what's the answer? Put us out of our misery, Brian.
Yeah.
Here's one that really takes you back. I don't know why I have it written like this. Here's one that really takes you back all the way to 1996, in fact.
Okay, so I
Yuck,
definitely
yuck, yuck.
wasn't on the internet
Okay.
at this time. I just wondered. I'm just going to say that.
I wasn't even in. Oh, wait.
How
was
old
I in the country?
1990?
I think I was still in Turkey during this time, so I definitely
Okay.
didn't see this. Okay, so the dancing baby, also known
Dancing
as the
Baby.
Ooga Chaka Baby,
The Ooga Chaka, Ooga,
Yeah.
Ooga,
Yeah.
Ooga
features a
Chaka.
90s
I can't
3D
stop this.
animation of a baby in a diaper dancing along to the intro of a song by a Swedish rock band.
Yes. Okay.
This video went viral via forwarded email chain messages. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That'll take
Email
you freaking
chains.
back.
Woof.
Back when we were
When
still in the
Reply
first
All
stage
wasn't
of the
as
World Wide
annoying.
Web, long before the Web 2.0 era. That's crazy.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
That
Okay.
is crazy.
And that that baby's lasted. I feel so we all like we've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
We all
Yeah.
are
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah. Like I mean, I've seen the baby. Like I've seen
Wasn't it? It was in a commercial,
It was
wasn't
in a
it?
commercial,
Like
and I think
sure.
they,
in the
didn't
late
they-
90s.
Did they use it on MTV?
You know what it was on? Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal.
So they used it on something.
They used it on
That's
Ally
a
McBeal.
2000s
Oh my gosh, I feel
reference.
so old.
Okay, what?
I just
Here's
knew that.
trivia question number 2.
Okay.
What viral video from year 2000 was nominated for an Oscar? Now, I actually do know this one.
Year 2000 nominated for an Oscar.
Think about it.
2000 nominated for an Oscar. What?
I just have no idea.
I'm going to switch over to Facebook Live and see if anybody's posted any answers here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. I forgot that there were other people here.
Oh yeah, I know. I just assumed no one was.
I think my phone may have died. All I have here is that Jolene Royer, your mom,
That's your
says,
mom.
"Oh my, when you started talking about seeing your parents naked, I got very nervous."
Yeah. Perfect. What a great callback.
I literally stopped, and I know why that's funny because I paused and I was like trying to remember if I've seen that. Do I remember seeing
Do I
my
remember?
Don't worry, Mom. If you're still listening, I did not say anything bad.
Yeah. You looked fabulous, Mom.
You were great. Your body was fabulous.
Yes.
So this viral video,
No, it's nominated for
questions,
an Oscar.
basically.
Right. Right.
no questions
Yeah.
from Facebook Live, but the answer is this viral video from year 2000 won an Oscar. Dan Hertzfeld's Rejected Commercials. A short comedy film called Rejected began popping up on internet humor sites in the early 2000s, around the time it had been nominated for Best Animated Short Film at the 2000 Academy Awards. The cartoon consisted of odd, nonsensical skits that even include some not safe for work content.
Oh, a little NSFW.
So, do you know what we're talking about?
I don't
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
look them up now.
My spoon is too big.
Oh my gosh. That won an Oscar.
A fucking Oscar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Stop
My
it.
spoon is too big.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Anyone can win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I am a banana.
I'm a banana.
Oh
My
my
anus
gosh.
is bleeding won an Oscar.
My anus is bleeding, won an Oscar.
anus is bleeding.
Whoa.
For the love of God, my anus.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Golly. Look at what the internet has done to us,
I know.
guys.
Yeah. That's an Oscar-winning
That's
short.
an Oscar-winning short.
So you know what? To any listener here that's like, I can't do it. Yes.
Yes,
you
you
can. My anus is bleeding has an Oscar.
Oh my God. That's
Never
amazing.
doubt yourself.
So let's
again.
let's go
Never,
back
ever.
to there is no formula for going viral.
There's literally no
Winning
formula.
an Oscar.
Or winning an
apparently.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Right.
They watched it and they were like, it was just magical.
Magical.
What?
Yes. When the Academy was first presented as a thing, I thought to myself, my anus is in fact bleeding. Ooh.
So was that all three of them? No.
Well, the
So
other one was
just
like
the
an
la-
opinion.
Yeah,
was
the
an
last
opinion.
one was,
Oh, yes, it was an
what is your
opinion.
favorite
Yeah.
YouTube video from this year, from 2018?
this year,
Ooh, 2018.
2018, YouTube.
2018, I don't know. Because
You know what I like? I like Yodeling Kid. Walmart Yodeling Kid. It's so funny. I was watching remixes, the remixes people have done of it. Real good. Lots of good dubstep, like
We
bangers.
haven't had a good remix in a long time.
I know.
We haven't.
But I have
think
met
the
Sweet
last-
Brown several times.
Sweet-
Yes. Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
Did you know local celebrity, Mr. Lucas Ross, was the one who uploaded that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
speaking of Lucas Ross, I was just about to say, okay, that was the most recent viral video that I
Oh,
could
was
think of.
the jig,
Was
the
him
St. Patty's jig
just biting the dust on the air.
on St. Patrick's
And
Day.
he's
Oh
on
my
the freaking
gosh.
Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And John Oliver,
Yeah.
and it was crazy.
But yeah, Lucas, the guy who
Yeah.
ate crap on the air, also
Yeah.
uploaded Sweet
Sweet
Brown,
Brown.
and
Man.
made her famous.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody.
No, but I got time for that. I will say that my favorite stuff to watch on YouTube, I don't actually watch, I just listen to.
Uh-huh.
Because I have insomnia like nobody else's business. Like to get to sleep, I have to take 4 melatonin and 2 Benadryl
Oh my gosh,
and
man.
like 3 CBD pills because I
You'll-
don't want to go get Ambien.
I was just saying,
Right,
yeah, it's,
right.
Because I don't want to I don't want to
hallucinated on
drive off a
Ambien.
cliff
Yeah,
because
it's
I'm
crazy.
sleeping.
Yeah. No, you sounds like you're ready for insomnia when Lainey can't sleep because you're pregnant. You'll be up.
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No, I'm gonna have that crap on lockdown. By
the time
been
she's
here so
knocked
many
up, yeah.
times,
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
But so I fall asleep to ASMR videos.
Okay.
Y'all know what ASMR
Yes.
is? Okay.
I'm fascinated and also greatly disturbed
just
by
saying,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
super
well, it's
disturbed,
it's
but-
totally like a guilty pleasure. Like anybody that
Yeah.
listens to ASMR isn't like sharing it at the water cooler at work.
Right.
Dude, I watched this great video from Gentle Whispering last night.
Gentle whispering. Right.
Because it's really, if you look at it and you're not trying to sleep, I don't know who would be watching an ASMR.
I'm sorry.
video.
I've infected you with my
Yeah.
We're all
It's
sharing
speak
it.
flubbery.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
if you're just watching it and it's just some girl whispering
She's just whispering. She's crinkling.
Oh, I'll share. I have something that's not. It's not like that, like specifically, but it's as weird. But like, I am really obsessed with this guy. It's the video. I think it's like Walking with Giants, but he makes tiny foods.
Yes.
In a tiny kitchen, and so like. I just went through all of them. Like he has like a tiny chimichanga, and he literally like has like the smallest
little
knife,
knives and
little
stuff.
Knives
I
and
do
little
love
things.
those
And
so
I just
much.
like there's like he'll have like it, and it has amazing kind of remixed French music going on.
Oh, okay.
And so like he'll be chopping. He'll be like it'll like show a little. It's all silent other than like his sign that's like cook for 30 minutes. Like and he put it in like a little stone oven. It's just the weirdest, but I love it.
That's
Aaron was like what I was going down just watching him on repeat, like several of them. I was watching I think it was Tiny Waffles, and I was just staring. And Aaron was like, "What are you watching?" I was like,
"You know what I bought today?
A tiny waffle."
This is crazy. That's crazy that you're bringing this up. You know what I bought today is a tiny waffle maker.
What?
It makes like a little waffle like this big, and I was like,
"Just
this is the best."
your hands making the tiny waffle,
and cutting the tiny waffle.
I will watch
oh yes,
that.
I bought one today. I don't see. This is why I can't be left to my own. I can't go to Target because that's the best $10 I've ever spent.
Go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Like I actually, it's technically ASMR. It's like my warm up ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's the food surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of the food surgeon?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
It's this dude who performs surgery on food.
Yeah.
And like, I guess he's a for real surgeon. I don't know, but he's using like real surgical material. And you could see how you like watching this. You're like, this is probably what surgeon people do to practice.
Yeah.
Is that like cutting open an orange and like doing all this kind of stuff. And it's like weirdly, I don't know why it's weirdly
or like the paint mixing videos that are so satisfying.
Oh yes, I do love those. For a brief period of time, I was into like the slime ones where they like fold the slime and stuff. And I was like, ooh,
but to me, that is so similar. Just to go back to children, opening the weird ass candy eggs. Where
Oh
they're
my
like,
gosh.
It's shoved in a Play-Doh ball and you open up Play-Doh ball. But they have talking, and that's why I'm thrown off because I don't want to hear the lady.
Just mute it.
But the lady's
just
like,
mute it.
what do we have here? Look in the red Play-Doh.
And I'm like, you are creepy.
Ooh.
You are like you
You're
have
so
a cottage
creepy.
in the woods and you
also,
murder children.
How do you have so much money to buy all these toys?
I know.
Don't make my kids want those toys.
It's because she makes all the ad money.
Makes all the exactly. And so she's like, oh, look, it's Paw Patrol so-and-so. And my kids
it's like, I need a Paw Patrol
so-and-so.
Yeah.
Yes, hours and hours of it.
They don't watch Paw Patrol, but they want that toy.
But they want to see the toy being opened, and they want to know what it is. And it happens to be Rocky for Paw Patrol. Man.
Yeah.
Let's actually get to some games.
Yes. Games.
Okay.
Games.
Game time.
So I wanted to play just 3 things game. Which I don't think it's usually it's a warm up, but I think it'd be just kind of fun. So we can play it one of 2 ways. We can give a category, and you just have to name 3 things as fast as you can within that category, or we name 3 random things, and then one person gets to create a category for those 3 things.
Oh, can we do 2 rounds and one's one way and one's the other way?
Absolutely.
Okay, repeat it because I zoned out for just.
Oh no, Brian, come back to us.
Brian has been so into these videos, he just fell asleep. So now it's just us.
Right,
Brian finally fell asleep.
3 seconds of an ASMR video, and I was
out. So yeah, we'll play the first round of 3 things, and it can be 5 things or 3. We'll just do 3. I was thinking to keep it shorter, but the first round we'll give a category. Okay. So candy bars, and then you just name 3 things.
Oh,
it's real simple, but try to do it as fast as you can. So even if it doesn't really make sense, it's fine. The second round we'll play is each of us give 1 random word, and then the person has to create a category for those 3 things and how they relate.
Oh,
see, that's fun.
Yeah,
right?
I like it.
That's fun. I like it. I like it.
It's what make my brain work.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, it's usually for a warm-up, but it's just kind of fun. Okay, so I don't know if we have a good category. Let's get things you shouldn't say to a police officer. Brian.
No, you stick them up.
1.
You're hot.
2. It's not a gun. Or I guess you probably should say that, so that fails. But
it is in fact a gun.
It is a gun. So then we all say 3 things.
3 things.
3 things. I think that was a good category.
Thank you. Why don't you, if you have a category, something fun we'll do one more of that, and then we'll play the opposite.
Okay. Things that you could say to a cat that you cannot say to your girlfriend.
Oh. Ooh, I like this.
Sweet little pussy.
Your belly's so fluffy.
I need you to shit in the box, okay?
3 things.
Thanks.
Okay. Now we'll go around and say 3 random things as fast as you can on top of your head, and then we'll create a category. So I'll start and try to create the category. This will be really bad because my brain sucks. But
Okay, great.
All right. So go first. 1 item.
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube.
Balls.
Balls. Water bottle. Things you'll find on a work desk in an office place.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I don't know why you'd find balls on there.
I don't know,
because they're
but
men.
it
They're
could
a
be
man
a
in the
stress ball.
workplace.
It could be a stress ball. It could be a stress ball.
There we go.
I mean, or a man with a scrotum on his desk. I don't know.
So
Who
just one of
knows?
those
We don't
little
know.
click, clack, click, clack
Yeah.
balls.
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
a little abacus.
That's what I was
ball
thinking of.
thing.
But
Okay.
yeah, okay.
That's cool.
That's
Okay.
a
That
criticism
got
of
weird.
stress
Awesome.
ball.
Great.
Right.
I had to justify the balls. Sorry. I had to justify the balls.
yes.
You always must justify the balls.
Always
Just
justify
because
the
they're
ball.
balls doesn't mean they're testicular balls. I just
Okay.
wanted to say testicular.
All right. So, Brian, why don't you create the category? So,
Okay.
Pop.
Okay.
I'll go first. Pop to you.
Okay.
And then, okay. Rose bush.
Underpants.
Blood. Rosebush underpants and blood.
Just create one. Just create one.
Things that happen after tornadoes.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
You know what? I had something
What was
once you said rosebush. I knew I was going to say underpants, obviously, and then you said blood. I was like, the way the emo poet girl would describe her first period.
Oh my gosh, that's glorious. See, that was better than mine. I was
No.
doing the queen walking around in her rose garden.
Oh,
Yeah.
the queen and her
I should have
rose
said-
garden.
She doesn't have her period. Let's be honest.
No,
Yeah.
she never.
It's not applicable.
She hasn't had it
Yeah.
since 1903.
Yeah.
And
Let's be
if
real.
she does, then it's just a dusty.
Yeah, it's just a. It's a.
Yeah. It's a
That's what it
queen.
is. It's a queen. A queen. Oh my gosh. Or a queefin. No, a queen. Queen
I like it.
works
Okay.
better.
I should
Yeah.
have said that those are things that you would see in a tornado, not
Right, so
things that
yeah.
you'd find
In a tornado.
I guess,
After
yeah.
a tornado. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would probably.
We all
Post-tornado?
got it.
Yeah,
We
post
got
tornado,
it.
you could see a rose bush. You could see a pair of underpants.
Yeah,
you
and
could
you'd
see
lots of
blood.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
so
So
now
now
I'm-
your
I'm
turn to
setting up
name
the-
the category.
okay.
So Brian, what's your first item?
Okay. Painting.
Cows.
Feces.
There you go.
What a rural farmer might do for his art show.
One of those.
This is a painting of my cow I made out of my own feces.
I mean,
I was
it's-
going with cow feces, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of those. He's kind of like edgy. He's an edgy farmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like he wants to be
Yeah.
wants to be an urban farmer, but he's a rural farmer. You know.
I like
I
it.
saw a Picasso one
Or
time.
he-
This
or
is what
he-
it was, right?
Yeah.
He's
right.
discovered that a cow, the way it shoots out the poop, just makes perfect paintings. And
Right. So he just puts
it's really the
holds a
cow.
canvas. Right.
Yeah.
It's like the elephants that paint, but this is just.
But
cow.
it's just cow shit.
That's-
just propel shooting.
That's an abstract.
That's probably
you've
something
never
we can
seen
find on
before.
YouTube. Let's be
Talk about a
honest.
cow pie.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
All right.
That's
So
good.
that was a
That's
fun little
fun.
warm up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Fun.
good.
We can play Should Have Said, or we can play. I was just going with World's Worst because we haven't played that in a while.
It has been a minute since I
It's
played
been a minute
that.
since we've played it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm terrible at World's Worst, but I'm down, and I feel like
Okay.
you'll be wonderful at it. So
Let's do it. Let's do it.
okay.
Okay,
So,
what is it?
yeah, so for those of you who don't know, World's Worst, it's kind of similar to this game that we just played. However, we're going to throw out an occupation. So,
Okay.
World's Worst doctor, and then you're going to give a line or a phrase that a doctor
That the world's worst doctor would say. Oh, I love it.
It's whose line, direct from whose line.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and it alwaess makes me uncomfortable because I never know what to say. But you know what?
She
It's a
never knows what to
podcast, so
say.
He never knows
I
what
never
to
know what to
say.
Let's get a good occupation. That's
I don't know why I just thought the world's worst cat.
World's Worst Cat. That's a great one. I love that.
Yeah.
World's Worst Cat.
Moo.
World's Worst Cat.
Is this an oxymoron? Because cats are terrible.
Cats are terrible.
Yeah,
generally
this is
speaking, they are the
inherently
worst
bad.
already.
There's your answer. Just be like
Yeah.
every cat.
Yeah.
Like all things
All
cat
cat.
stews.
Yeah.
Cat stews? Okay.
All
all cats.
This whole episode is brought to you by the Freudian slips.
Yeah. Yes. I love it.
World's Worst Cat.
He doesn't get enough airtime.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Nermal from I can't do a normal impression from Garfield, but I immediately went to normal.
I don't even know what he sounds
You know,
like.
I say I can't even think of. That's how long it's been since I watched Garfield. But normal,
all I can
isn't
think
it
of is
normal?
Gazorp Field from Rick and Morty.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
you little shit or whatever he does. He's just very abusive to Jim. Or John.
Okay.
I was going to say woof, but you said moo.
Yeah.
So.
You basically won. Thanks for winning the
sorry.
Way
game.
to win.
And I also kind of created the category. So that
Brian.
Brian set this game up for himself. Okay, let's find another occupation.
World's worst podcast host, Brian.
Hello,
Brian. Welcome to the show.
Oh man. So good to be back into season 3.
Yeah, we're really kicking it off with a bang, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see here. World's worst. World's worst director.
Cut! I need you to bend over further. Bend over. Show me your ass. I don't know why. I just kind of want that director. Sorry.
Okay.
Not a specific person I know, but I just want that director.
Excuse me, Woody Allen. I need you to come here and we need to come to the office and talk a little bit about what you've done.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, the pressure's on. It's a lot to follow. Mine's gonna be so lame.
No, it's
Oh, I got one for worst director.
go.
Okay, so you're gonna say the line like, "I really need to do this."
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Or we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. When
Worst director.
Oh, yeah.
Worst director. Never.
Also, we'll just fix it in post.
Oh, we'll fix it in post. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll fix that in post.
Yeah.
One for safety? No.
Yeah, no. But we don't even have the actor on camera. Nah, we'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
It's amazing what VFX are doing these days.
Right.
Have you seen Rogue One? Yeah.
So good. So good.
So, okay, so now, did you do a category?
No, I didn't. Okay, so
find out random occupation.
I'll do world's worst model.
Ooh.
I love this hamburger. So bad.
World's worst model. Oh gosh.
It's a tough
I
one.
don't know why, but this is just in my head. I love you. You love me.
It's gonna be the best. I'm gonna do a Trump. It's the best. Look at my face. Look at this side of my face. Look at that side of my face. It's the best. It's the greatest. There you go.
Look at my huge hands.
Look at my hands. Look at my
They're
face.
huge.
Look at my hands by my face.
That's good.
I can't do a Trump. Gotta get the lips better. Sorry. There we go.
No, I thought it was
Yeah,
good.
It was good.
Everybody's
I thought
got
it
their
was good.
own Trump. Have you seen
know.
Alec
Yeah.
Baldwin's? Don't even sound
Yeah.
or look remotely like Trump.
But it's we all know it's Trump.
We all know
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
We all know
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
true.
You see him and you're like, that's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World's worst model.
Yeah,
Ass-
that is a Cheeto dusted asshole.
Yeah.
Like, right. Just the butt star. There it is.
I've
Yeah.
seen many buttholes in my day, but this one takes
Yeah.
the cake.
Yeah.
How about world's worst model? Get the cat up there again. Turn it around. Turn it around. Put your tail down. No one wants to see your butthole. Cat. Cats are terrible models.
They are terrible models. Oh, woof. Oh, this terrible cat.
The callback.
This cat model.
All right. Well, we'll just ding that right there.
Yeah.
Fun game, guys.
Fun game. It was a good game. Good game. Good game.
I like the first game.
We're all tapping each other's butts. Good game. Good game.
It's all fun and games until it ends in buttholes.
Are they
Yes.
allowed to do that anymore at softball games?
Probably not.
Baseball games, you know, when
Tapping
you walk
butts?
The coach and
you
was
walk
like,
by,
tap
good
their
game,
butts.
good game,
Good game, good game.
Oh.
You know, I mean,
Probably
Is that a
not.
thing?
Someone probably dressed up like Deadpool
think-
and protested. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen anymore. It just doesn't.
I'm Wade Wilson. Let me touch your butthole. Is that a thing? That's exactly what I was planning to do.
Yeah, I knew it. You
Yeah.
were just going to Deadpool good game the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Of something you were in support of.
I saw that Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, thank you, Jessi, for coming on
You're
the show.
so welcome. Thank you for having me.
This is
fun.
awesome.
It's so fun. It's like we could probably do this for hours and
We could
hours
do it
and
for
hours.
hours.
and
I know.
hours.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we went long. I didn't
I
have
know.
my timer going, so I think I think we did go a little bit long,
This
but
is
that's
going to
okay.
be a super special extended episode
exactly.
to kick off
Hey,
the
man.
season
This is a
3.
real episode.
Yeah.
There'll be some cuts, but
There you go.
you're going to want to get those cuts on the super secret.
Yeah,
We'll leave
that's
the,
why
we'll
you
leave
watch the
cut
YouTube
parts.
channel so you can watch the full version.
Full thing. Woo, woo, woo.
But where can we find you online?
You can find me.
What if you're just like, you can't?
I'm all actually. You just poof. It's just like a
disappear.
flash pot. Yeah. There's just
She
a
was a
flash
phantom
pot.
this whole time.
Yeah, she had no pants and she disappeared. Her pants were gone, then she was gone. No, you can find me everywhere at Shuggilippo, which is not a swear in a foreign language. It's actually a name.
How do you spell that?
It's Shuggilippo. Didn't make it easy for myself, but it's remarkably rememberable. I'm a
Words.
wordsmith. I'm a wordsmith if you hadn't noticed. Remarkably memorable. That's what I meant to say.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And of course, you can follow the Okie Show online, okieshowshow.com. We have a store now.
Yeah, buy
where
your
we will
mug.
soon have a
Merch,
mug
merch.
that
Buy
says,
a
don't be a
mug,
dick.
buy your shirts. It fits when you huge, like when you pregnant.
Like when you
It
pregnant.
still fits around my belly. I'm going to need to get bigger size soon, though. So buy your shirts. I don't know why I was doing that.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was rough.
World's worst promotional person. Me.
You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at Okie Show. And that's pretty much
Also,
it.
Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
And Patreon.
Patreon.com
Good special
/Okie Show. If you would like to listen to the super secret podcast where I talk for 20 minutes every Monday about what? Go and find out.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. Sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not.
It's just ASMR every
It's
Monday.
just ASMR
just
the whole
Brian.
time.
Just
working on his
spitty
ASMR.
talking and stroking of wind.
Very long black
Yes.
mic.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Thanks, you guys.
Great
We'll see you
outro.
in the next 2 weeks. Bye.
Okie Show.